and recording. Okay, so this video is dedicated to my youngest niece, inspired by her because the last time I was visiting her family, she and her boyfriend at the time were wearing matching t-shirts, which had Roman numerals on them, which represented the date on which they met, which was cool except for the fact that neither of them knew how to read Roman numerals. They may as well have just written "I love so and so" in Greek. So this is a very simple tutorial for her and for anyone else who wants to learn. And so now let me go ahead and turn this camera around to the paper. And because this is very, very old school, baby. Old school. And so, Roman numerals have letters which represent numbers. And those basic letters are I for 1, V for 5, X for C, what the heck? X for 10, L for 50, C, the proper C, for 100, D represents 500, and M represents 1000. And those may seem like arbitrary values at the moment, but hopefully it will soon become apparent why they are what they are. So let's start with 1 and go forward and see how these things work together. So hopefully this thing is not too shaky here. Okay, 1 is obviously I. 2 is simply 2 1s put together, or 2 i's put together. So I is 1 plus 1. And Roman numerals, it's subtraction, it's addition and subtraction. So when you have 2 i's, you're adding them together. And then with 3, you're adding 3 i's together, or 3 1s together. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, I plus I plus I. However, you are not allowed to do 4 of a kind in a row. So you can't do I for 4. For that, you have to go to subtraction. And you have to go to the next highest value and subtract from it. So the next highest value is V for 5. And then you subtract from it by putting the lower value in front of the higher one. And we're reading from left to right. So we put the 1, to the left of the 5, which makes it 5 minus 1, or 1 less than 5. So when you see that lower value to the left of the higher value, that means that it's deducting from the higher values. It's subtracting from it. Although and so we go on to the 5 is obviously the V. 6 is VI. Of course, the lower value to the right is adding. So that's 5 plus 1. 7 is 5 plus 1 plus 1, VII. 8 is VIII. 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. And again, we can't do VIII for 9. So what do we do for 9? We take the next highest value, the 10, and subtract from it. So 10 becomes 1 less than 9 becomes 1 less than 10. Or 10 minus 1. Again, that lower value to the left subtracts from it, from the higher one. Then, of course, 10 is just the x by itself. 11, xi, 10 plus 1. 12, 10 plus 1 plus 1, xii. 13, 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, xiii. And again, for 14, we need to go back. We do the 10 plus 4. We go back to this 4. We'll be seeing a lot of that. That 1 less than 5. And we just add that to our 10. So 10 plus 4, or 10 plus 1 less than 5. And of course, then for 15, it's simply 10 plus 5, xv. Then going up to 16, XVI, 10 plus 5 plus 1. 17, XVII, 10 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1. 18, 10 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Then with 19, we have 10 plus 9. And for 9, of course, we already did 9 over here with 1 less than 10, IX. So we add that IX to our 10, so it's 10 plus 9, or 10 plus 10 minus 1. Then, of course, 20 is simply 2 tens, 10 plus 10. And then moving on, 21 is 10 plus 10 plus 1, XXI. 22, 10 plus 10 plus 1 plus 1, XXII. 23, 10 plus 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. 24, 10 plus 10 plus 4, represented as 1 less than 5. Okay. So 24. And then 30, of course, is 3 tens, x plus x plus x, or 10 plus 10 plus 10. Then when we get to 40, we can't do x, 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 x. So we go to the next highest value, which is 50, represented by L. And we subtract 10 from that. So we have the 50 minus the 10, or 10 less than 50, written as XL. 10 less than 50 for 40. And then, of course, moving on, 41 is simply XL. 40 plus 1. 50 is L by itself. 60 is 50 plus 10, LX. 70 is 50 plus 10 plus 10, LXX. 80, 50 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. 90, we can't do 10 plus, we can't do XXXX. So we go to the next highest value, the 100, represented by 50, and we subtract 10 from that. So we have 100 minus 10, or 10 less than 100, represented by XC. And then we keep going. 91 is XC, 1I, 90 plus 1, or 10, okay. And then 92, again, XCII, just adding 2 to the 90. And of course, 93 would be XCIII, adding 3 to the 90. Then we get to 99, and we have 2 subtractions here. We can't, so we have XC representing our 90, 10 less than 100. And then we have our IX, which we've already had over here, representing our 9, 1 less than 10. So we put those together. We got our 90 right there. We get our 9 right there. Add them together. That is 99. I always want to write it as IC, though. 1 less than 100. But technically, that is not the proper way to do it. You look it up online, it is always written like this. Even though IC is technically going by the rules, it's not considered proper, so I'm not going to write it down. This is the official 99. The other is the cheating 99. So then moving on, 100 is, of course, C by itself. 101, C, I. 100 plus 1. 102 is CII. 100 plus 1 plus 1. Then, of course, you can see where it would go from there. 103 would be CIII. And then 104 would be CIV. And so I'm just going to finish this video with writing the current year in Roman numerals. And the current year is 2024. And we haven't used the thousands yet, but they operate by the same rules. 1,000 represented by M. And to do 2,000, you just put two M's together. 1,000 plus 1,000. Pretty simple. So for 2,000, we have our two M's. 1,000 plus 1,000. For our 20, we have our two X's. 10 plus 10. And then, of course, our old friend number 4, IV. And so 2024. All right. So that's the video. Hopefully it was clear and not, despite the low quality of it, it was followable. Yeah, keep practicing, and thanks for watching. Bye.